2. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air. They'll go to turn number 1 and now into turn number 2. 3 wide, 4 wide, middle of the field, down the backstretch. Just for a second, I'm not sure who was the smartest one there that backed out of that one, but we go 3 wide again into turn number 2, or 3 and 4, I should say. These guys are bouncing all over each other in the early going. Everybody's trying to get to the lead on lap number 2 here. They'll work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Ryan Shanahan going to work underneath as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Yellow flag is going to wave. Caution flag going to come out. We got a tire right in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Green flag's going to wave one more time as we go back at it. Mike Amel's going to take him off turn number 2. Looks for the early lead down the backstretch. Trevor Gibbons settles into the number 2 spot as he drove right up in there, took the spot. He'll hold on to it. Mike Fowler now goes to the bottom of the racetrack, the 410 machine. Now he gets underneath the 64 of Tyler Corcoran. Corcoran working around the outside of the racetrack. He'll go to the top side. Fowler's going to battle him off. He'll hold on to the second spot on turn number 2 down the backstretch. Corcoran looking to the outside again as they both look right at the back of the 621 of Trevor Gibbons, and a couple of cars side by side behind them. Dalton Brombo going to the inside. The number 6 of Ryan Hudson went up the hill. They made contact over in turn number 2. That was the Gadball machine, in front of Brian Hudson. Then it's the 32 RS of Ryan Shanahan down into turn number 3 and 4. Back up front, your leader's going to bring him down the front stretch. Mike Amell about a car and a half out in front of Trevor Gibbons. As these two look to run away and hide from the field, Mike Fowler holds that third spot. He's got the number 64 of Tyler Corcoran working all over his back bumper. Justin Gadball is right there with them as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Ryan Shanahan, a good run, started 9th. He's picked up a couple of spots. As the field goes off turn number 4, down the front stretch they will head. Lineup's going to stay the same through the first 10 cars. They work off turn number 2, down the backstretch. Tyler Corcoran trying to reel in the third place car of Mike Fowler. One car slow off the backstretch. That is Dustin Hutton. He'll slow down, and now it looks like he's going to head to the outside of the speedway and head back towards pit road. Amel, your leader down the backstretch, last time by a .746 lead as he brings the field to turn number 3 and 4. He'll go up to the top side of the racetrack this time with the Trevor Gibbons 621 still trying to close the gap. Mike Fowler continuing to battle with the 64 of Tyler Corcoran. Corcoran trying to close that gap. Gadball is right there with him in number 18 as they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Ryan Shanahan was in the hunt, went up the hill in turn number 2, had to gather the seat back underneath him. Now he'll chase that battle into turn number 3 and 4. Back up front, here comes the 621 of Trevor Gibbons. Gibbons down to the bottom, can't get there. Amel's going to slam the door shut as they work off turn number 2 in the 2X machine. Amel out of Watertown, New York, showing the direction. We got yellow out on the field. Caution flag waving once again. We got a car stopped all the way to the outside of turn number 4. That is the 10B, the FX Caprera Dodge ride of Jamie Brown, as he's going to stop at the top side of the speedway. Jamie out of Clayton, New York, in the 10B machine. And we'll double them up again, try it one more time. 2 more features after this, the Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunder Stocks and our Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman features. Green flag gonna wave one more time off turn number 4. Amel Emil got a good launch. He'll drive off turn number 2. Look at the run by Mike Fowler down to the bottom. Fowler's going to go to the inside of the 621 of Trevor Gibbons. He'll try to take over spot number 2. 3 wide battle. Ryan Shanahan goes way to the top side of the racetrack. He'll go around Justin Gadbaugh and David Rogers, and he's going to drive up to the number 5 position. Tyler Corcoran works off turn number 2. He'll take over the 3rd spot from Trevor Gibbons off turn number 2 down the backstretch. So Gibbons got shuffled back on that starter after having a great run in the early going, as they'll go to turn number 3 and 4. Emil brings him down the front stretch. Mike Fowler looks to the inside of the speedway. He'll chase him down to turn number 1 and 2. Corcoran up to the number 3 spot now as they work off the south end of the speedway. Trevor Gibbons back up to the number 4 spot in front, and we got caution out on the speedway one more time. We got a car stop, top of turn number 4. Yellow flags will wave once again. That is the Justin Gadbaugh, number 18, that is road to a stop on the outside of turn number 4, so caution flag going to wave one more time. Good night of racing so far here at Can-Am. A little bit more to go before we are done. We'll go down to turn number 3 and 4. Mike Leclerc will look more. Green flag is going to wave one more time. Sharp, the Bellabrook Vineyard number 12S out of Morristown, New York, got shuffled all the way to the infield. So Emil's got Mike Fowler's 410 giving him a little push down to turn number 3. They'll jump on the throttle off turn number 3. Fowler is going to come to the inside. They'll drag race down to turn number 3 and 4. Mike Emil's going to drive right back to the outside of the speedway, looking to hold the lead down the backstretch. Fowler down to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side, they'll head to the north end of the speedway. Fowler's going to try to make it stick. Emil drives it in way deep, and he is out of the ballpark as he's going to end up all the way out by the concrete wall. Mike Fowler's going to get the lead. The field works off turn number 2, and caution flag is going to have to come out, I believe, as they work off turn number 4. We said the number 2X of Mike Emil. He is way out of the racing group, all the way up to 410 in Victory Lane. He's worked his way up to the front, started 6th here tonight. He is at the head of the class as we get ready to go back to green. He'll pound the throttle off turn number 4. Trevor Gibbons 2nd. 3rd is Corcoran, and then it's the 32 of Ryan Shanahan. 4 cars nose to tail down to turn number 1 and 2. Corcoran now looks to the inside of the speedway, pulls alongside the 621 of Trevor Gibbons. Gibbons has seen this before and pulled it right back around the outside. Now look at the number 1 of David Rogers. Rogers just drove to the top side of the speedway, went around the outside of Ryan Shanahan, and now he's trying to improve one more spot. Shanahan looks at the back bumper of the 621 of Trevor Gibbons. Gibbons holds him off. Here comes number 41 of Dalton Rommel, the precision seal coating ride. There's 3 wide down to turn number 3 and 4, and the 32 of Ryan Shanahan got right onto the back bumper of Trevor Gibbons. Gibbons did a phenomenal job of saving it, but David Rogers is going to scoot by on the outside. The Thompson Motorsports number 1 works off the top of the speedway. There's Trevor Gibbons to the outside. The Stefano's Pizza ride as they go to turn at number 3. Dalton Rombo able to slide underneath him in that number 41 machine. So Rombo improves by 1 spot as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Mike Fowler, your leader down the backstretch. 2nd is the number 64 of Tyler Corcoran. Then it's the 1 of David Rogers. Rogers trying to close that gap. Dalton Rombo all the way up to the 4 spot now as they work off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Dalton Rombo has a rocket underneath him in that 41 as he has caught the back bumper of David Rogers. Over in turn number 2 down the backstretch they will go. Off turn number 4, Tyler Corcoran pressuring the 410 of Mike Fowler front of the field. 5 more laps to go as our flagger Mike Leclerc waves at the field as they they go by this time. They'll head down to turn number 3 and 4. Fowler trying to hold off Corcoran. Corcoran's going to go to the outside, try to show him something on the top side of the racetrack. They'll work off turn number 4. Fowler knows he's there now as they head to turn number 2. Down to turn number 2, Fowler gets a good run. Corcoran goes back to the bottom side of the racetrack. This time he puts the nose down to the inside. He's right on the back bumper down into turn number 3 and 4. Corcoran again will step out of line. Looks at that cushion on the top side. Fowler trying to make it stick at the bottom. There's David Rogers swinging it to the outside. And here they come down the front stretch. Tyler Corcoran's got a nose out in front. When they came to line, Fowler got right back in front of him over in turn number 2. Off the back stretch they will go. Fowler and Corcoran side by side. Who's going to drive it in deeper into turn number 3? Looks like it'll be Corcoran to the top side. David Rogers, look at him closing the gap. Corcoran's going to be your leader down to turn number 1 with 2 laps to go. Corcoran got back to the lead. Fowler went back underneath it, but Corcoran's going to take it down the backstretch. They'll head to turn number 3 and 4. White flag will be coming out this time when they get to the line. 3-car battle, front of the field. Fowler trying to make it stick at the bottom. Tyler Corcoran to the outside is able to hold off the lead for the final time. They'll go to turn number 2. Corcoran gets a good run, opens up a 4-car advantage over Mike Fowler down the backstretch. Tyler Corcoran started in spot number 8, got to the front of the field on lap number 22, and he's going to come down the front stretch and score the win. Tyler Corcoran's going to pick up the win. He'll be followed by Mike Fowler in the number 410, David Rogers. Third, fourth is Dalton Rambo in the 41. They'll be followed by Ryan Shanahan in the 32. Trevor Gibbons going to come home in the number 6 spot. He'll be followed by Remington Ham, and then Tyler Stevenson in the Fox 28.